Welcome back guys. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater is now available on PC platform, selling on Steam store for around $70 in India. It's priced at around Rs 3200. In this video I'll be testing it on my Rog Ally that comes with Windows 11. It's an action adventure stealth game, remake of the original MGS3 Snake Eater game that was released way back in 2004. I actually played it on my PlayStation 2. If I'm not wrong, this game used to come on multiple discs for PlayStation 2. It includes a lot of cutscenes, a lot of dialogues are exchanged. The game is very heavy on the narrative. It is set in 1964. The game follows a Fox operative codenamed Naked Snake, who must rescue a prominent Soviet rocket scientist, Sokolov, and sabotage the Soviet nuclear superweapon, Shagohod, while clearing the United States from Soviet suspicion amid Cold War tensions and confronting his former mentor, the boss, who has defected to their side. I have already done my testing on Ally. The game uses Unreal Engine 5. When I ran it for the first time, it was stuttering a lot, even froze for a few seconds, but the performance stabilized after playing the game for about 20 to 30 minutes. I played the game for about 5 hours until I defeated the boss named The Pain. Game does seem to be playable on Rog Ally. Global Illumination is broken. It's due to Unreal Engine 5 Global Illumination bug that occurs on Windows PCs with integrated GPUs. We can fix this issue by using D3D12 proxy. It comes with a small hit on the performance. Game's FPS is capped at 60. We can use Lyle's Fix to remove this 60 FPS cap. Didn't encounter any crashing issue with Lyle's Fix installed. Now this game does not come with any frame generation technique support. FSR3 upscaler support is present though, but the upscaler makes the game world look pixelated during motion. I won't recommend using it. The game comes with Streamline version 2.4, includes DLSS frame generation and reflex files. The developers may add DLSS frame generation to the game in the future. Right now we can use the existing Streamline files to inject Optiscaler XeSS frame generation into the game by using DLSSG via Streamline as the frame generation source in Optiscaler mod. It can also be used to inject FSR frame generation into the game. With FSR frame gen, Antilag 2 will work, and with XeSS frame gen, XeSS low latency mode will work. I have tested both of these frame generation techniques on Ally, got 2 to 3 FPS higher with FSR frame generation compared to XeSS frame gen, but controls felt more responsive in the case of XeSS frame gen, so I would recommend using that. Now I'll download the required files. First we have D3D12 proxy version 0.0.4, can be downloaded for free from GitHub. Expand the asset section, click on the .zip link here. Lyle's Fix is available on Codebug's website. This is the latest version at the time of recording this video, 0.0.3. Changelog. Scroll down until you find the download section. Click on the .zip link here. We'll be using the latest test build of Optiscaler Mod version 0.9.0 preview 2 that supports XeSS frame generation. It's available on Optiscaler's Discord server. I'll give its link in the description. Just click on the .7z link here. We'll be using Optiscaler.asi as the file name for Optiscaler mod. We'll inject it into the game using Ultimate ASI Loader. Download ASI Loader from GitHub. We'll give its link in the description. Scroll down until you find the asset section. Expand it. Click on Ultimate ASI Loader x64.zip link. First I'll run the game without any mods installed. Highlight the base game performance. Game is very heavy on the GPU. Adrenaline settings, FreeSync and VSync enabled. I'll enable anti-lag as well. Connected my FlyDigi Vader 4 Pro controller to Ally via Bluetooth mode X input controller using a 27 watts manual profile. All three power values set at 27 watts. CPU boost disabled. 720p resolution. Install Ally's latest official GPU driver that adds support for Battlefield 6. Ally is running on BIOS version 342. Launch the game. Yeah, we're in the menu. Colors are looking way too bright, as you can see. I haven't installed D3D12 proxy yet. In-game settings, display mode borderless windowed, required for using XeSS frame gen, 720p resolution, VSync is off. Yeah, max frame rate 60, can't go higher than this. Anti-aliasing, FSR. Game even supports DLSS. Using the quality preset of FSR. Not recommended to set global illumination to low, otherwise the colors will look way too bright. Washed out. Set to medium. Colors will still look way too bright. It's due to Unreal Engine 5 Global Illumination bug. Rest of the settings set to low, bloom, motion blur, depth of field, disable, filter, legacy style, legacy, up to you. None, action movie, bleach bypass, retro brown, monochrome, nostalgic. I'll jump into the opening sequence. Here we are in, there's naked snake, thick foliage around me, here FPS is close to 40. Okay, moving the crosshair slowly. There is some ghosting around the crosshair, see. I am highlighting this issue here because when I enable frame generation, this ghosting effect will become more noticeable, not caused by frame generation. Occurs even without enabling frame generation, see. There's the ghosting effect. Okay, now I'll install D3D12 proxy to fix the broken lighting. Oh my god, look at the size of this snake. Kill it. Here you go. Frame pacing graph, mostly a flat line. Let me fix the lighting first. Just open D3D12 proxy file. Copy the two files present inside this archive file. Copy. Open the games installed directory. Select the game in your Steam folder. Right click, manage. Click on browse local files. Open MGSDelta folder. Open binaries folder. Win64 folder. Paste the files here. Launch the game. Load the exact same sequence. Now check out the lighting. Yeah, now it's rendered properly. Grass is not looking way too bright. It's looking dark green in color. The snake. Killed it. Okay, FPS is close to 40, 38 to 42. Not a big drop in performance. Highly recommended to use D3D12 proxy in this game. Yeah, when I move the camera around, game world looks a bit pixelated. This is caused by FSR frame generation C. This issue can be fixed by using XeSS Upscaler. It's highly recommended to disable the 60 FPS cap if you want to use frame generation. Oh, this snake is still alive. Captured it. Moving on to the next area, more demanding than this area, swampland. I keep an eye on the FPS counter. Here VRAM usage is close to 5.4 GB. No excessive stuttering. Need to cross the swamp. Look at the alligators chilling. Yeah, look at the game world looking so pixelated when I move the camera slowly. See? Leaves, they are producing a sparkling effect. FSR Upscaler for you. I'll use my tranquilizer gun. Here the alligator is sleeping. Look at the FPS drop to around 28, hitting the GPU bottleneck. 27 to 30 FPS here. This particular area is very demanding. I think it's due to the pond. Reflection quality 31 FPS. Audio is not stuttering. Okay, now I'll show you how to install Optiscaler mod. Enable XeSS or FSR frame generation. Animation quality is looking a bit choppy. I'll also show you how to disable the 60 FPS cap. Hell, I won't be able to hit 60 FPS without frame generation. See, staring at the skies, FPS 38. First I'll install the fix for disabling the in-game 60 FPS cap. Open MGSDelta Fix archive file. Copy the files present inside this archive file except for extract to game folder. Copy. Open the games installed directory. Open MGSDelta folder. Open binaries folder. Open Win64 folder. Paste everything here. Open MGSDelta Fix.ini file. Look for Uncap framerate section. There it is. Disable 60 FPS framerate cap. Enabled. It's set to false by default. Just set it to true. Click on file. Click on save. Close. Now I'll install Ultimate ASI Loader, open its archive file, copy this DLL file, de-input it, paste it in the game's install directory, MGSDelta folder, binaries, Win64 right here, change its name to winmm.dll, WINMM. Before installing Optiscaler mod, I'll show you Streamline version. The game is shipped with. Open the game's install directory, open Engine folder, Plugins folder, Marketplace, NVIDIA, Streamline, Binaries, Third party, Win64, highlight any of the SL.dll files, Streamline version 2.2, DLSSG file, DLSS frame generation. Open Optiscaler mods archive file, copy the highlighted files, Optiscaler.ini, Optiscaler.dll, XeSS files, DirectX LAN version not required, fake NV API files, fake NV API will replace Reflex implementation with XeSS low latency mode, AMD Fidelity FX Upscaler frame generation legacy file, copy. Open the game's install directory, open MGSDelta folder, binaries folder, Win64 folder, paste everything here. Process complete. Now you just need to change the name of Optiscaler.dll file to Optiscaler.asi. Rename. Change the extension from .dll to .asi. And that's it. I'll use Adrenalin's performance overlay to show you the performance metrics. Afterburner or RTSS can affect the functioning of Optiscaler mod. The mod even comes with its own performance overlay. I'll be enabling it as well. Here we are in FPS, it's above 100. Graphics, same settings as before. Just set anti-aliasing to DLSS. There you go, this means Optiscaler mod is working. Upscaling quality set to quality. Now in this game, incorrect resolutions are used for DLSS quality presets. For example, in-game quality preset corresponds to DLSS ultra quality presets resolution. In-game balance preset corresponds to the quality preset of DLSS Upscaler. You can verify this via Optiscaler mod. Check the base resolution at the bottom. Done here. Load the same sequence. Just open Optiscaler menu by pressing the insert keyboard key. Increase the menu size. Click on the drop down bar next to menu UI scale and set the value to 1.1. Much better. You can change the upscaler from here. I am using XeSS version 2.0.2. Input. In-game DLSS DXGI spoofing is on. Auto export setting enabled. First I'll play the game without frame generation. Enable Optiscaler's performance overlay. Expand FPS overlay section. Check this setting. FPS overlay enabled. I'll place it in the bottom left corner. Full plus grab. Save INI. Base resolution can be seen here. 858 by 483 pixels. 1.5. Upscale to 720p resolution. Now check out the image quality. I'll just move the camera slowly. Game world is not looking pixelated. There you go. Fix that issue just by switching from FSR to XeSS Upscaler. Mod XeSS Upscaler, as the game does not support XeSS officially. FPS roughly the same, close to 40, 38 to 41. No ghosting also around our character model. Some ghosting is present around the crosshair. See. Moving on to the next area. The game was stuttering a lot when I played it for the first time on Ally, but after playing it for about 20 to 30 minutes the performance stabilized. Keep an eye on the frame pacing graph. Doesn't stutter much. Swamp. FPS dropped to 29. Okay, now I'll enable FSR frame generation. After that I'll be enabling XeSS frame gen. Open the mod menu by pressing the insert keyboard key. Click on the drop down bar next to FG source and select DLSSG via Streamline as the option. Click on the drop down bar next to FG output and select FSR FG. This will also enable anti-lag too. Click on Save INI, close, exit the game. Now we need to enable in-game DLSS frame generation and reflex, but the thing is, this game does not come with these settings. So we need to enable these settings via Engine.ini File. We also need to disable Dilated Motion Vectors. I'll show you where the game's Engine.ini File is present in the case of Steam version of the game. Just open C drive, open users folder, open the folder that has the same name as your PC's username, open app data folder. If this folder is not visible on your PC, just click on view here, go to show and check this setting hidden items. Now open local folder, look for MGSDelta folder, there it is, open saved folder, config folder, Windows folder. Here look for Engine.ini File, there it is. Scroll down to the end and add these lines. I'll provide them in the description of the video. Under System Settings section, first line will enable DLSS frame generation, second line will enable NVIDIA Reflex, and the third line will disable Dilate Motion Vectors. File save, close, launch the game. Here we are in open Optiscaler menu. Just check the setting active under frame generation FSR FG. Current streamline frame generation state, yeah, it's on. Allow async setting enabled as well. FSR frame gen debug view. Displays are working properly for all of the images. No HUD elements are visible in the bottom middle image. Game's interface won't flicker with FSR frame gen enabled. Color palette is exactly the same for the bottom middle and bottom right images. Smoothing effect of FSR will work properly. Disable the debug view. Enable anti-lag to latency monitor by pressing its hotkey combo Alt Shift and L. Keep pressing the combo, cycle through the different display options. There's the real-time latency value. Everything is working. Yeah, I can observe the added amount of smoothness. There will be some ghosting around the crosshair, as this ghosting occurs even without frame generation. Game's interface, it's not flickering. Latency is not a problem. Minor increase in latency. As you can see, FPS here is close to 70, 69 to 72. Can track a circle. Now I'll switch to XeSS frame generation. Just open Optiscaler Mod menu, FG source, DLSSG via Streamline. Click on the drop down bar next to FG output. Select no frame generation first. Click on the drop down bar again and select XeFG now. Click on Save INI, close, restart the game. Play. Open Optiscaler menu. Check the setting active under frame generation XeFG. Current streamline FG state on. Optiscaler's frame time graph became thick. Yeah, XeSS frame gen is working. Check the debug view, you'll see these purple sidebars. If XeSS frame gen is not working, these sidebars won't appear at all. Show detected UI, it's not working. I'll just use XeSS inspector app to verify the status of XeSS features. Minimize the game. Run XeSS inspector app. Click on show all processes. Look for MGSDelta, the game which is running in the background. There it is, Snake Eater. Double click. XeSS frame generation context, yeah, it's running. XeSS low latency context, yeah, it's running as well. Can see the valid frames. This is amazing. Back to the game, I'll just change the position of Optiscaler's performance overlay. Top left. Check out the real world input delay. Here XeSS frame gen's latency is better than that of FSR frame gen in this game, definitely. Snake. Some ghosting around the crosshair as it occurs even without frame gen. Interface, it's not flickering. No artifacts produced around a character model. Move to the next area. Here we were getting close to 30 FPS without frame generation. Let's check out the animation quality, the performance. FPS, it's close to 56. Here the animation quality is not looking choppy at all. This is amazing. FPS 50 is my tranquilizer. The alligator sleeping across the swamp. Amazing performance gain, and look at the latency, nothing extreme. Frame pacing graph, it's not very erratic. Game is not stuttering here. VRAM usage is around 5.3 GB. Show you some combat now. Need to infiltrate this place. I am looking for a scientist. I'll do this quickly. FPS is close to 60. Go to sleep. Another one. Good night. Sneaking through here. Prone. Another guy. One more. He's out of range. Oh no, he saw the body. This is not good. He'll be coming this way. Doesn't seem to be alerted. I'll back up a bit. Go to sleep. Another guy. That was close. I missed my shot there. Made it. Cutscene. FPS is close to 90. Good thing we disabled the in-game 60 FPS cap. Seems frame generation works during the cutscene. There's Sokolov burning some plants. Okay, now I'll show you a boss fight. There's the boss, the pain. I'll just equip my AK. Throwing grenades at me. Knocked him down. FPS during the boss fight stays with a range of 50 to 60. Oh no, the hornets, they're after me. Went underwater. Back to the surface. It's not doing anything. Shot him down. It's not dead yet. He has an armor of hornets. Just throw some grenades at him. Hopefully this will work. Couple of them. Yeah, the armor is gone now. Switch to my AK. Oh my god, what happened? Covered in hornets. Did something there. Decent experience. 50 to 60 FPS during the boss fight. Game is definitely playable on Rog Ally. Die or die. That was close. Oh no, low on HP. Both of us are low on HP and he's dancing. This should be the last wave. Yeah, killed him. That's it with the video, guys. I hope you find it useful. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.